owner of the AWF, CAW Superstar, 12-time Tag Team Champion of the world. This egotistical bastard is ready to shoot the shit as Shawn Walsh presents The Shawn Walsh Show, where there are no holds barred.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ever so controversial Shawn Walsh Show. Thank you for watching the show today. I hope you guys enjoy our upcoming episode, which will have on special guest Adam Jackpot, the owner of New Dawn Pro. He portrays Kenyon Fenix over in COH. He also in ECF as well. He is the Rave character in the AWF. You've seen him on commentary for various different things, whether it be for AWF, ECF, COH. So if you watch this show, you've probably seen some of his work somewhere before. It's a very entertaining show. It's very controversial. If you watch the first time he was on, which was back episode like 3 or 4 that he was on, that was a very fun show. I enjoyed it. It was look back and all the different CAW federations and whatnot, because that's the one thing that I really like about Adam, is that he's a very big CAW buff, knows a lot of different things from CAW throughout the years. So I enjoyed having that conversation. But for like the last year, he's been wanting to get back on the show because he didn't feel it was controversial enough, and there was a period where it was like the lowest viewed show. So I promised him for like over a year that I would get him back on the show and let him open up his mouth and let him say what he thinks, which may turn out to be not the best idea. Let me just put on full discretion here that Adam took part in a extracurricular activity before the recording of this show. So please keep that in mind when you view the show. But it's still funny and entertaining. You'll enjoy it. Well, most of you will enjoy it. I'll save that though for a few minutes from now. Let's talk about what else is going on here in the CAW world, specifically pertaining to this YouTube channel, the CAW All Stars YouTube channel. I've received a lot of messages in the last few weeks asking me where is CAW All Stars 8, and I'm going to address that right now. CAW All Stars 8 is still happening. It is in the finishing stages. Day 1 was actually ready last night. However, I noticed there was a very, very, very bad audio technical difficulty. The commentary was not in sync, and I have been trying to fix that. So that is what is holding up day 1. Hopefully I have found a fix, and day 1 will be ready tonight. That doesn't mean it will be going up tonight, because day 2, it's not as close as day 1 is. It's in the finishing stages. We have actually a little bit of commentary to do. We have half the show commentated, but there's a good, I'd say 4 matches that have to be commentated. So, little delay in production. I know I told some people that CAW All Stars should be out like this weekend or early this week, and that is just not possible. I wish it was. I wish it was out a lot sooner, but sometimes we don't get what we want. But it will come. Even if it takes forever, it will come. Right now, because last week I put a timestamp on it, and maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe it was just too good to be true. So I'm going to put a more broader timestamp on it. We're going to put within this month. Okay? I'd love to say by next weekend, but who knows? The world is crazy and wacky and is not my friend. So who knows what is going to happen. So sometime this month, I fully expect, unless some extreme random thing happens, CAW All Stars to be out. Hopefully, as long as the audio error is fixed, which I'm awaiting the results of that. So I will not know until another hour from now. And then as long as the commentary gets done, hopefully this week, then we can continue with operation. And then we can all enjoy CAW All Stars 8 because it is one hell of a show. 2-day awesome event. Stay tuned. Look forward to that. Also, in regards to the Shawn Walsh show, I've received a lot of requests from people asking if they could be on the show and whatnot, and I'm going to try and do my best to get people on the show. Upcoming guests for the show that I can right now confirm would be Brandon Wolf. He will be next. We will also have Andrew, who also plays Fisk, and the Amazing AJ, and Jared Extreme, and all these other names. The owner of VCF, he will be on the show once again sometime soon. I will also be having on a guest who is in very much demand, and that is Stu, Zane LaFontaine, Seth McInerney in COH and YWF. That will probably be out before year's end. In regards to and right now, that's all I have planned for the remainder of the year. Could all those be out and then more beyond potentially? But for right now, we're going to say those are our upcoming guests for the remainder of the year. If there are more, I'll let you guys know. Obviously, look out on the Call Shoot page for questionnaire posts where you can leave your questions for upcoming guests. And hopefully they won't answer the questions on the post. My goodness, guys. Alright, well, sidetracking. Let's get to the main event, what you've all been looking forward to, and that is going to be my interview with Adam Jackpot. Check it out. It's highly entertaining, highly controversial, and it's happening right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the Shawn Walsh Show is here, and so is Mr. Adam Jackpot, otherwise known as Fenix, Rave, and various other names. I hear some people even bring up the name Michael around you. I don't know where that comes from, but welcome to the show.
Hello.
There you go. Hello.
Hello.
Well, this has been a long time because you were on one of the early shows. I think episode 3 or something.
Yeah, too early.
Funny thing is ever since that show, because me personally, I enjoyed the show because it was a nice look back at all this CAW stuff, and some people didn't really care because it wasn't controversial, and you got pissed about that.
Yep.
You want to see this guy right here who wants to be talked about, so people just talk shit about him.
Yes.
So okay, let's start things off with something to get you all riled up, okay?
I like being riled up.
So,
Do they know what's going on right now?
huh?
Do they know the secret behind this episode?
No.
Tell them the secret behind the episode.
Okay. So, Adam here decided for this special occasion to experiment with the devil's lettuce
The devil's lettuce.
for this
Tell them
show.
why.
So there is no filter.
No filter. Edible board games. By
Oh
the
my
way.
god.
Tonight by somebody in the comment. This is completely unrelated, but I gotta do it on a global scale. Somebody in the comments, please tell me if French fried Jenga is not something you would buy. Now continue with your show.
Yeah. So, the Princess of Death.
Princess of Death.
That is Phoenix's nickname in COH.
Yeah,
However,
current nickname.
Current nickname. However, not everybody is completely on board with the nickname.
No, they are not.
Not many people understand it, and also many people have said quite offensive things about you with that nickname.
No.
So first of all,
I am offended by, even though I'm not.
So first of all, like, what do you think about these offensive things? And also explain, what is this Princess of Death nickname? What does it mean?
The Princess of Death has multiple layers. Each layer has a different reasoning behind why I decided to end up using it. One, it is an inside joke. I don't remember how it happened, but somewhere in a call, the words, "I am the Princess of Death and I ride upon my horse of darkness," came out of my mouth. People then, for some reason, didn't expect it and died of laughter. So that's one step. But then I thought about it, you know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I like this. For multiple reasons, but the major reason is because it's different. You know? Look at my look at the nickname I had before this. The Divine Jackpot. What does that mean? What does that mean? Come on.
I don't know.
Postman. What does that mean, right? But it has no sense to it, right?
Right. You wanted something with me.
Look at Zane LaFontaine. Zane LaFontaine is the flying dolphin. What does that mean?
I mean, he's a flying dolphin.
What does it mean? It doesn't mean anything. Right?
Right.
So Princess of Death, it's like, okay, one, why don't I want to be the queen or the king? Why am I the princess? And then, like, the whole death part. It's like, why would you put these together? And it just turned into something like, it's going to stand out. It's going to make no sense. But then it has another meaning behind an independent competitor who is currently signed. I think he's creative, right? Or is he a booker? Jimmy Jacobs.
He's part of the WWE's creative team.
Creative team, yeah. So he gets signed, right? Jimmy Jacobs, if you don't know him, look him up. Great, especially his Age of the Fall stuff. Kept, from after the Age of the Fall, started calling himself the Zombie Princess when he was with Scum. Now, Jimmy Jacobs is a very flamboyant type of character, but sick in the head. That's exactly what Phoenix is. If you just watch the progression of Phoenix, Phoenix is probably one of the most compelling characters, even if I'm watching it even as the audience, not as because I did it. It's compelling because of the layers that he's gone to where he is now. So the Princess of Death thing kind of goes from Jimmy Jacobs, because Jimmy Jacobs started somewhere, and then it naturally progressed into this crazy fucking character, which is amazing, and he's phenomenal. And then, like I said, so there's this weird, sadistic flamboyance, I guess, to it, and Princess of Death.
Okay. Now, since we're on the topic of your characters, yes. one of the fans submitted questions from Scott.
Adams.
Why the goofy characters or split personality characters / whack jobs? He's a fan of the characters, but he wants to know why you
Like,
chose
why
them.
I did those characters?
Yeah, why?
Because I'm just fascinated with that shit. I like mind games. I like just people who have different issues with their head. It's fucking with their head is on an extra level because it's not somebody doing it. It's themselves doing it to them without them even knowing, which is just not fascinating. And
Okay.
then dark characters. I've been obsessed with more darker wrestling characters. That's why the Bray Wyatt thing was a huge inspiration for the Atticus Marks character.
Now, speaking of that, here's another fan submitted question by Daniel Mars. Personality-wise, what's the difference between Phoenix and Atticus Marks?
Okay, well, the major difference is Atticus was their carbon copy type of Jamestown type of cult leader. Just plain simple. The thing that makes him different from Phoenix is that Phoenix then just he broke it and stated that it was a character. So he broke the fourth wall on that, which then completely just makes Atticus nothing more than a character that he played, like an actor would in a movie. So pretty much Phoenix went rogue,
Mm-hmm.
which then screws with him because, okay, famously, this is a reference. You're not probably gonna get it. There's a movie called New Nightmare, right?
Right.
Wes Craven directed it. It was a continuation of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. The whole movie is what if Freddy Krueger. The whole movie takes place in reality. So the actors and the director, they're all there. So it's all like fourth wall breaking. But what if Freddy Krueger came to life in the real world and you had to deal with him head on, like he wasn't a character? So Atticus is just a character. So Kenyon breaks that and now has to deal with the fact that that character that he's worked for for I think it was like 2 years at that point is now dealing with this schizophrenicness, knowing that he has another voice in his head, and he's never really been able to be himself because of its long-lasting, continuation with the feud with Lester. So he's just really screwed up in the mind, but he's coming down to now this, now that he's done what he's done with Kevin, because Kevin added that extra element of look, you're fighting yourself in the mirror
Mm-hmm.
when he dressed up like him for the show, and then the feud with Steve, where it was look at me kind of seeing another personality that of something that's equal in the mirror as well, but realizing it's, this is actually the demon that I'm fighting myself, but I'm taking it out on M. So now I'm kind of coming to terms with both sides, which is now causing this happy medium, but it's still there whenever I need it.
Right. Now, with Atticus Marks, has there or is there even an interest in your mind of doing that again? Because I mean, you've heard it from people. There are some people who, ever since you stopped doing the gimmick, have been fans of the gimmick and asked if you would do it again. So,
Yeah. Would I ever do Atticus again? I would never do it again permanently. It would have to be like a special thing. And only if I was a face, which I am now. Like if COH ever did a COH goes old school thing, I would do it there for one night.
mm-hmm.
But I won't bring it back because bringing it back just destroys the whole mythos between it and Kenyon Fenix and how they play off each other. Like it's a voice inside of his head. So bringing it back is just breaking the fact that everything that Kenyon said was pretty much just a lie.
Okay. Um, the Alex Enterprise
Alex,
ask, maybe a little what if scenario. Okay,
yes,
so if you beat Alex in the finals of the tournament as Atticus Marks several years ago,
yes.
where do you think your character would be today? And would you, if that had happened, would you have stayed Atticus aside with other things that happen?
Knowing what I know now, I would probably still be the same place I am now. The church had no momentum behind it. One of the people didn't do anything. I was pretty much I was turning into a competitor when I was originally a manager, and then obviously there was the Sonny problem. Obviously wanting to be the star of the show. I'd feel like I'd still be where I am now, and everything would kind of still be the same. Alex would just have had to wait maybe another CPV before he finally got to where he is, and it's not like it would have made a difference.
Okay. Okay.
If none of that happened, I have a feeling it would be in the same position Kevin was when he won the belt.
Interesting. Interesting.
It wouldn't be very long, and the momentum would have been dropped.
All right. All right.
Food is delicious, by the way.
Delicious. You know what else is delicious?
Well, yeah, what?
Cookies.
I have one. Oh, I just finished it.
Well, you didn't eat Jay's cookie. Which goes to this question. What type of cookie would you buy the internet champion Jay crack?
One of every kind.
Every kind.
To make up for it. Also, because he's the prince of something, which means that something could be one of the flavors of a cookie.
Could
He's
be.
got to try everything out before he makes it there.
Make a point. You make a point. All right.
One of every cookie. Every cookie. I would get all the flavors of every cookie and put it in one cookie.
All right. Since we're talking about you, right?
No more cookies. Cookies? I wish I had a cookie.
Let's talk about your feud with M-Accuracy.
Okay.
Steve wants to know.
Steve wants to know.
What were the positives and the negatives of the feud? What worked and what would you have done differently?
What?
What? Is that what you would have done?
Yes, I would have done these nuts, you know? You know, the fuck was the question again?
For your feud with
I
M-Accuracy.
hate audiences. Shut the fuck up, audience. Especially you, Andrew. I know you're doing it on purpose.
What were the positives and the negatives of the feud? What worked and what would you have done differently?
Okay, positives. Positive. Number one positive. Finally got me out of something. You know, I finally got something out of it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I needed this. He didn't need this. I needed this. That's the one positive.
That's the one positive.
The negatives. There's a few negatives.
All right, so let us know. What's some of the negatives?
The length it took for me to come back. It felt like forever. To the point where, you know, shit happened in between. So what could have been a huge return turned into a huge return, but because so many people at that point have been introduced to everything else, people probably forgot. You know, so I think length was a huge issue, and that huge issue also leads to my second point, which was communication. You know, Travis knows, Andrew probably knows. They're all here, by the way. Cash was here; he's gone now. Call people out. I had X Steve. When do you want to do it?
And by do it, you mean to go record, promos for the
We're
feud.
so close, by the way. That's a huge thing.
These guys are like 20 minutes from each other.
But the thing is, we don't drive, so that's on both of our heads, you know. So that's fine because I don't drive. So neither does he. So it's like that's an equal playing field. So nobody's that wrong. I would never get a response. And if I did get a response, we'd set up everything. Day would come. Nothing happened. There's a huge issue with communication. And that breaks into his personal life and stuff, which I won't get into. If I get mad enough, it might happen, though. Who knows? We'll see what Sokka does to me. Oh,
jeez.
Sokka makes me mad. Things might be said tonight that won't be able to get taken back. But you know what? I don't care. His communication was a huge one. On his behalf.
Okay. So communication was a problem. The length. So, and if there's something you would have done differently, the length.
I don't think it did a damn thing for the eradication either, because it never mattered. I think it, like I said, one positive, it helped me. Negative is everything else. Didn't help anybody else.
And the eradication didn't matter?
No. Didn't work.
So you would not call it a success.
It's a success that it got me over.
So it's a success for you, but not a success for the group.
Sure.
Okay. So now you're off doing your thing. What's with the man bun?
Marty Scurll.
Ah, it's the
Marty,
one. It's the one thing I don't like about the guy.
Marty Scurll. There's a lot of my... yeah, Marty Scurll. That's
Okay.
why. Just fuck you. That's why.
But,
Also, it's because I'm thinking about it. But continue.
okay. So let's talk about.
Let's talk
This is related to you, but not Phoenix.
about
This still COH though about the commentary.
my commentary. Fuck you, niggas. Who
Well,
say
oh,
my commentary sucks? Listen,
okay.
I'm sorry if everything needs to have a serious fucking tone to it, Daniel.
He actually asked this question.
Of course he did. I knew it was him who asked it. Here's my thing. First off, one, you're a nagging bitch. Someone's got to tell you that. Because you nag way too much. Because you just want to be noticed. Commenting on the COH battleground thing, treating VPOC like shit by saying that his win didn't matter because he beat a jobber. And then, oh shit, Fisk stole the way I do my promo, even though Andrew, there are similarities, but there were still differences that made it completely different. At least I could hear Fisk in his promo. My commentary is amazing. People tell me that my commentary is good. I don't need you, who hasn't done a damn thing of relevancy. And the only reason you got pushed is because Andrew didn't want to take your spot in the what's it called? Eradication.
Eradication.
So just know that you weren't the first thought. You were an afterthought that had no other option. Commentary is amazing. I love my commentary. I can be serious when I need to be serious. Sakwa's seen it.
I've seen it.
Seen it. Andrew's seen it. I can be serious when I need to be serious. It's just nothing on those episodes that I personally was commentating at the time needed to be serious. And then I do one episode where I do this Mogul thing, which, by the way, I was tired and it was really late when we did it.
It was great, by the way.
And everybody tells me it was great because it made something interesting. Who gave a fuck about Noveno versus El Guapo?
Guapo man.
Telling me my fucking shit don't good. You suck. You and your stupid Money in the Bank fucking ideas.
Oh my.
Fucking all you want to do is be something, and you're nothing, and you can't. You have a chance to be something, but you're so arrogant. You're so arrogant that it causes you not to be. People laugh about you behind your back, and it's funny because you deserve it, bitch. Go ahead, next question.
Okay. I think he kind of addressed me. He was like he asked if do you feel there's a time and place for different tones during commentary rather.
I made my point.
Okay. Now let's talk about another thing he said.
All right.
Now he didn't say it here, but he said it in his live video. With his hair that looked really bad. Con, was it too chill?
What does that mean? What does it mean to be too chill? Is it because we weren't yelling? Is it because we weren't talking shit? Apparently, it's because we don't give advice.
Yeah, I heard apparently we didn't give advice, and we're these bad people because we're not trying to help the community, but nobody asked them.
I didn't know that wasn't a question I was asked.
If someone wanted to know, then they should have asked a question.
And this too chill thing, because we were too relaxed, insinuating that we had to be under substances to be that way. Because if you're not yelling or screaming or being angry, that means oh shit, something's wrong with them. Again, from the peanut gallery known as Daniel Mars.
What about the people that were upset that they did not get mentioned on the show?
Fucking, how about start to make yourself relevant? How about this? How about stop asking?
No, but what? I'm sorry. This is Mr. Sparks coming in.
Oh, look, Travis
it
is
said
here.
name 5 people, but it said name 5 people, not 20.
That's true.
So we just named 5 people off of our heads. Just because we didn't name you doesn't mean you're nothing. It was just that.
Well, no, I mean, for me, it means that you're nothing, because obviously you're not making yourself relevant enough for me to put you in the top 5. You're doing something wrong. That goes for everybody. Everybody. Jeff, you should be fired.
Okay, so interesting you say that. A little something that you guys don't know behind the scenes is Adam wants to fire everybody.
Everybody. Not
Everybody.
everybody. It's not everybody. Like 9 people on the team are dropped.
Anytime it's
Half my
COH,
roster.
if it's ECF,
ACF's a whole different beast. We're not worried about that. That's a whole different beast.
you ask Adam, what should I do? He's like, well, you should fire, and
Oh,
then
I
the
want
list
no.
goes on.
Here's my issue with COH. Half the people on COH don't cut shit, but they can. But they'll do other shit for other people. Half the people in COH won't cut shit, but they can make a post. Half the people in COH beg and plead to get into COH, and then just expect everything to be handed to them on a simple platter. And those people shouldn't be in the COH. They shouldn't be in any coffin because that means that they're just arrogant. They can just get in because the boss is too nice or because they came from somewhere. That doesn't mean shit. This isn't real wrestling, people. You can't make your name outside and expect, oh yeah, so we definitely need you. Guess what? You're not doing the shit in the ring. You're just sitting behind a camera, hoping that somebody wants to feud with you. It's not that I don't. It's not. I don't. Look, yeah, it's a joke. I fire everybody, but I have valid points to why these people should be fired.
Who should be fired?
Great D should be fired. Chris Knight should be fired. Why? Because if they can make posts and fucking Chris Knight's reasoning for why he doesn't do it are fucking retarded. And no, everybody gonna get angry because I said retarded now. I'm not the Patriot. That's a whole different beast.
That is a different beast.
A whole different beast. No, it's not because it's lazy. How could you go and make a post? Better yet, let's talk. And then I get some people will say, "Oh, it was personal. I couldn't do it." Yeah, how many people can use that excuse? And at the end of the day, everybody's gonna believe that it happened. It's the easy excuse to do. Something personal happened. Everybody's just gonna automatically clinch onto it because it's personal. Yeah, but nobody asks. And if they do ask, most of the time the person's like, I can't talk about it. Don't want to talk about it. Your own voice is on a computer screen. How many people, how much does everybody actually know about someone? So to get these options means that you should be deserving of it. But you can't just use the excuse and expect Travis to give you the push because you're a name. Keep that name alive. Don't make it look tarnished. Because that doesn't not only make you bad, that makes the place that you came from, that you're the name of, look even worse. Because they're the ones that gave you the chance and you failed.
Okay. So, let's talk about some of the guys who recently came back to COH or came into COH, and what do you think about them? Okay. First, Levi. He just made his return at Ready to Rumble. Are you behind Levi, seeing what he does? He's now teaming with Zane LaFontaine. What's up?
Reminds me of Mark Henry.
Mark Henry.
Mark Henry. You want to know why it reminds me of Mark Henry?
Why?
What is Mark Henry? He's a big guy, but he's a big guy who can still do stuff. But he's a big guy who can talk.
Right.
He's a big guy who, if he wanted, he can probably do another 5 years. He's just a reliable big guy. That's all Levi is.
Okay.
It's like
Okay.
or he's a big guy who will never make it past where he is currently.
What about
That's because one, the gimmick he picks, it's too late to ever revive it. He needs to do something drastically different because he came back and I was like, cool, Levi's back. He's got a baseball bat this time now. Ooh, shit, he's getting ready for Halloween. No, nothing about it made me go, holy shit, can't wait for Levi to come back. That's because he screwed himself over with Austin when they won those belts and then did shit afterwards and then cried about it and then, said, oh, we can't do a promo because Cal doesn't like me. People gotta stop being babies.
now? You mentioned his former tag team partner, who also just returned.
Everything I just said is the same thing.
Same for him.
Same.
Would you even say that?
His commentary. I like this commentary.
Okay, but one thing you said about Levi is he isn't going to go farther than where he is right now. The same goes for Austin.
Austin's too arrogant, and YWF gave him too much of an ego. That's obviously transferred over. He needs to realize that his shit don't. He ain't that great. He good. Be like Dolph Ziggler.
I disagree. I think if Austin can run with what he currently has, he can be something now. But we just gotta wait and see.
That's his ego. His ego's too big for him.
I think. I don't know. I think he's a bit different now.
From what? From one episode? From 2 episodes?
I think.
Have you talked to him? Have you talked to him?
No, I haven't.
There you go. There you go.
But I don't think he's gonna fuck this up again.
Yeah, that's what you think.
Well, I mean, I'm wishful thinking, but I'm gonna give him a chance.
Wow.
I think it's too early to tell. I'm gonna give him a chance because I think he's good. But,
his commentary is good.
Yes.
No, I give him a nice pride or a title run, but I can never see him as well as champion.
So you think he'd be a solid mid-carder?
Dolph Ziggler.
Okay. Interesting. All right. So.
But I'm okay with him being on commentary a little bit more. It wasn't that bad. It was pretty good.
Wasn't that bad?
I liked it. It was pretty good. He added something different to the Doc and Edwards thing. They needed a heel to balance things out. I like it.
All right. What about just in general these new batch? And what I mean by new match is from Ready to Rumble.
New match?
New batch.
You said match.
Batch.
You said match though.
Matchbox.
Rusev Matchbox.
So the new batch of guys that came in from like Ready to Rumble to now. I mentioned Austin Levi because they returned, but there's some new guys that are just came in.
So quick rundown. All the people that Slam got are all great. They need to get built up because they all have a unique personality. They all fucking cut promos. And I like that most of them are at least trying to not be like everybody else and say, I want a world title.
Yes.
You got Trey Jeter. He's amazing. Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame? Future Hall of Famer?
He's teaming with Albatron.
Albatron.
It's fine. At least Jeffrey does promos, and they're not terrible. Little stuttery, but can definitely get better. I think a tag team is a great idea, especially because they need tag teams. GMR's great. He works with what he can, and I think it comes up amazing. Even though I do think sometimes a 7-minute promo is a little bit too much.
Yeah, maybe should cut it down in a couple minutes.
Especially because you're not a main eventer, and you shouldn't be cutting 7-minute promos. But I like it. It's fucking flashy. I think maybe too much green. Fix the attire a little bit. It's a little bit. It's a little bit too much. You look like a Jolly Rancher. But besides that, and also like the bright red on the chin, it's a mess of a call. But you could fix it. That's fine. I mean, that's a whole different thing. You on your own, him doing the gimmick, elaborate it, keep working on it, give it layers, and make it stand out, and you'll completely make it. Nightmare, I don't know much about. He's a Ray Geddes guy. He kind of feels like every other Ray Geddes guy. They're deep talking, they're brooding and scary, I guess. Except he's the Nightmare. No, it's whatever. What am I forgetting? Oh, the Lupo guy. The guy looks like Great Muda.
Mm-hmm.
I know nothing. Look cool.
Okay. All right. So we'll see what these guys bring to the table.
And V-Pack.
V-Pack, yes, he just came in as well.
Great guy outside of the gimmick. Great guy. As for the gimmick, I need to know more. You look like Glacier, Sub-Zero. It's weird. I don't get it.
Who are people outside of COH that you think they should go after, or they should contact COH?
Oh, there's a lot of ECW guys that I think would be amazing. There's a dude over in ECW called Ryan Azrael. Phenomenal. Great. I would totally go after Ryan himself.
Ryan Paul Jones.
They have another dude called Jeremy McGleason. He's really good. These are all like good heels because I think COH needs good new heels.
I actually I'm trying to go after Ryan. He's never sent me his call.
It's true.
Not the
I just showed up in ECW.
not the weird Fed with the old people.
you,
I don't want to do that again.
you don't want old people in the show?
Stay away from me. I guess you keep going after the Ray guys, and they all seem to be active. That's working.
Relatively
There's
decent at the least.
like nobody in other feds that aren't already doing something in somebody else's fed. Can't really say anybody else. Bowser.
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 That's very interesting.
Bowser.
Let's talk about Bowser.
I got some announcements.
You got some announcements?
Yes. Later on.
Later. Okay. So let's
Let's talk about Bowser.
Yeah, there's a little transition. New Dawn Pro.
New Dawn, my baby.
Last time you were on the show,
Yes.
it wasn't New Dawn Pro. It was NJCW.
Yes, it was.
So I mean, I know what happened, but some people may not know what happened. Why is NJCW now New Dawn Pro?
I'm sorry, you have to repeat that one.
Okay, Adam, I'm going to try this again. Why is NJCW now
New Dawn Pro? Okay.
Now New Dawn Pro? There we go. Got this. Believe in you, buddy.
I can do this. I'm a big boy now. I'm a big, brave boy. That's a Rugrats reference.
You're a big boy?
I hope people get that. People aren't get that. You fucking millennials. Okay, so NJCW has been something I have has been something I've been wanting to get off the ground for a long time because I like CAW. I've always loved it. I'm like the encyclopedia. It's true. You can tell. So you can tell X something like that.
Mm-hmm. Is this true?
So I finally get the capture card and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do this shit. And originally I wanted to do it the way I did it, very indie style, because I'm a huge fan of the UK indie scene and like PWG and stuff. But like also a huge fan of like NXT stuff. So stuff's short, simple, get to the point. Everything gets to showcase, and you still get a few fun matches here and there for no reason, and you don't have to wait every week to know storylines. I end up falling into what I didn't want to do, which was become a traditionally booked wrestling show. Weekly episodes, huge storylines, big over-the-top productions. Burnt the shit out of me, because I was like, I don't want to do this. Then my goddamn game crashes, I lose everything for 2 months. So eventually Xanadu comes out, and then the commentary for that gets fucked up, and I'm rushing things way too quick, and it's December at this point, so I'm like, screw it. I'm going to the new game. I'm rebooting the whole thing. I'm doing it the way I wanted to do it originally intended. So I take a lot of focus from a huge fed over in the UK called Progress. It's in Britain, which is a massive indie fed that's getting huge publicity courtesy of people that have come out of it, like Tommy End and Will Ospreay and Marty Scurll. They can fit in huge storylines that are phenomenal that you are intrigued with, but you only get one show a month. That's what makes it even more intriguing. You only get one a month, so you have to wait that whole month to see what that cliffhanger is. That drives people nuts. But you also get to just then showcase everything that you have, because you don't have to be worrying about 18 different storylines going on. So that's what I did with New Dawn. I decided to go chapter formation. Gives the Sirens their own show, so the women get to give their thing, because women's virtual thing is huge right now. It lets me not have to worry too much about everything, so I can just be like, I want to see this match, why not? And put it on there. See what happens, and then maybe develop something from that. Storylines revolve mainly around stabled type groups or for the belts themselves, or if there's a necessary need to do a one-off type of a storyline. That's what the New Dawn is. It's the independent CAW wrestling show.
Okay.
That's also a mixture of fantasy, real-life wrestlers, and a few people that are known. Just to make it a cool hybrid, like the independents do. The independents bring in people from all around. Look at PWG, for instance, which is another huge inspiration. You bring in multiple people from different places, put them in a ring, and see what happens, and the crowd goes wild because it's kind of a dream thing. That's my baby. That's my new dawn. And the reason it was called New Dawn is because it was the dawn of a new federation in the new light that I wanted. Pro just sounded really indie.
Sounded indie, so you went with it. Okay. So, what's coming up? What's some of the chapters coming up? I know one.
Some of the chapters that are coming up. Okay, well.
I know one. One is our show.
Chapter 5 should be out next week. That's essentially the United Champions show to crown the remaining champions that aren't crowned and the titles that were already crowned to be defended. So it's a title show. Chapter 6 is going to be another tournament because I love me some tournaments. I'm the tournament guy. It's going to be a tag tournament. It's going to feature 8 tag teams, 4 from federations. I'm going to be making a post on that soon. And then 4 other tag teams. This was a concept that I wanted to do with NJCW that I brought up that you knew about.
Mm-hmm.
This was a way that I was going to bring Ego into the Fed. So I'm going to redo that. The tag titles will be defended in that. Chapter 7 is going to be another Sirens episode, chapter. And then Chapter 8 is going to be the prelude to my big tournament of the season, which I'm announcing is the Battle of New York. For short, it's Boney.
Boney.
Isn't that funny? Yeah, they're short for Boney. And Chapter 8 is going to be entitled The Hateful Eight, and it's going to be the final remaining 8 spots are going to be decided with 8 qualifying matches. And then the title will probably be on the line. But then Chapter 9 is going to be the big crossover event between AWF and New Dawn Pro. Which I think is going to be exciting because, you know, it's different. And it's very rare to see essentially an original call fed, a fantasy fed, duke it out.
Very rare.
And
I can't wait for it. It's going to be very interesting.
Have some matches, and we have some matches already planned out. Nothing will be announced now. And then Chapter 10 is going to be the start of the tournament. It's going to be a 3-night event. It's going to be a Battle of New York. The winner is going to receive a title shot at Chapter 15, which will be Xanadu 2, which is our big WrestleMania of the season. Before we make our transition, or by then maybe the transition to 17.
Okay.
That's everything you can announce for now. There is
so the season's only going to be 15 chapters?
Yes, for now. It's a season, but it's not really a season because we're just going to go to Chapter 16 next anyway. It'll just all take a break for a month or so. There's also plans for an ECF crossover show, but we haven't figured anything out yet.
Okay.
On that in the future. But
yes.
I love my new Dawn. I love doing it. It's great. The commentary is great. I love
What do you think about Drunk Christian Edwards and
Drunk
Travis
Christian
Sparks?
Edwards is the greatest thing ever. Travis Sparks, by the way. Let me talk about this man. You know what? Let me save him because you're gonna do your thing at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, it's great. I love doing the Drunk Christian Edwards thing because it's like, again, my show is very laid back. I let these guys. I give them. This is what the match is. Make sure you mention this. Have fun with the rest. And it's great. The commentary is great. You want to talk about commentary that can be serious but also is funny? It's my commentary team. They're phenomenal. That shows another reason why Mars doesn't know shit about the independents, because if you ever watched the PWG match, you would understand perfectly. Fake fan. Bitch. What was I saying? Oh yeah, my commentary is great. I love these guys. They do glorious work. Glorious work. Philip gets to sit there and take the bunt of it, and he's great at being like this timid character. And Cash is full of life, and then Andrew's just kind of trying to be a smartass, but knows that he's gonna get shut down. But he can still back it back up. It's funny. It's a different light for all the characters, and the shows are very entertaining. The storylines are very simple. Like I said, it's a very bright cast of characters. I'll definitely say that. You know, Bowser comes out with Paul Heyman dressed looking like Brock Lesnar, and he's my world champ. If you can't see the enjoyment in that, my show is not for you.
Definitely. And I certainly suggest people, if they like something fun, something that's not so serious, but just fun, to check it out. I enjoy it when I commentate it, so why can't you? Now, let's see, another one of your characters that you do, and you're very well known for your characters. You do, especially in commentary, you do different voices and whatnot.
I've always liked playing characters. It has a huge influence, the fact, a huge movie fanatic. So I always like playing a different character.
You like to do accents, kind of like in AWF.
I love my accent. Oh no.
See, now he knows. See, now Adam plays the Rave character.
I love Rave. Rave. The backstory of Rave is so fucked up.
So is he Irish? Is he Scottish?
Oh God, that's not the. Okay, so Rave is supposed to be Irish. I watch a lot of Scottish wrestling. I get confused.
To give a little context.
Also, I grow up. My uncle is Scottish, so hearing Scottish accents by going, family functions, you start to just pick up on it, and they're very eerily similar at points.
They can be similar, yes.
So,
because Rave did his promo where he explained his back history, but he sounded more Scottish than he did Irish. So
I've thought about just saying he's half and half.
So now we just ignored that he was Irish, and now he's Scottish. Although a couple guys have taken shots in the show at Rave for questioning his nationality. AJ's taken shots. Brian Stone's taken shots.
I don't like these people.
I like these people.
They're very mean.
What about Don Martin, the guy you've been feuding with?
Great guy. Goonie. I think his Don Martin character is better than his Goonie character.
Really?
Because his Goonie character is Goonie. But Don Martin is a character that he puts a lot of effort into making it perfect. Is great. Is Don Martin amazing?
If Don Martin, I will say, and I love Don Martin. For people who are wondering, can Goonie be a heel? Because he experimented it with the Goonie as a heel, but Goonie can play a good heel.
Yes,
he does it as Don Martin.
And it's a calm heel too.
Mm-hmm.
There's no yelling.
And he has so much fun doing it. So
it's amazing. He's Donald Trump, but without the yelling and the fake hair.
Yeah.
Donald Trump.
So when are you gonna get that U.S. belt?
Can we talk about politics on the show?
Talk about you want to talk about politics?
Maybe not.
I mean,
we'll get back to it. Okay. So
let's be careful. Politics is a touchy subject.
I know it's a touchy subject, but you said I got free range on this episode.
That is true. I did tell you.
Know where I am right now?
Where are you at?
Not here.
Not here?
Not here. Not on this earth.
You're not on this earth. Oh, yeah, that's right. You are not on this earth.
Not on this earth. So yeah, what was the question? Yeah, when am I winning that belt? I should better be fucking winning that title. Conspiracy theories, by the way, people. So, guess what I find out? I find out about JMI. I find out about Fisk. Debuts, right? Gets titles. Rave, no title.
He doesn't like that when I brought in JMI, he won the title. He won a title in his first night.
Fisk won. Biased.
Fisk won a title within the first month that he was there.
Biased.
Rave came in and he got a title match, but he lost. But hey, look at this. Uprising, he has a rematch at the Royal Rumble.
That's right. I do have a rematch. I should definitely. If I don't fucking win it, I'm losing.
You know, this one thinks that he's a jobber because he loses one match. But we shall.
I'm not over enough. I'm too underrated. I'm overrated. I'm ravinated.
So yeah, what are you? Are you overrated? Are you underrated? Are you
I don't know what the fuck I
rated
am.
R? What are
I don't
you?
know what I am because people don't know what I am because nobody will ever understand what it is, Phoenix.
Don't treat him like a woman. Don't treat him like a man.
Not like most girls. I'm definitely not like most girls.
Nia Jax for Hall of Fame.
Go
So
ahead, continue. I'm enjoying this. This is fun.
okay, so let's talk about a show. We were just talking about how you didn't win.
No.
Well, in one show,
Yeah.
you didn't even lose to
I
lose
did-
your belt.
I did it. ECF, the fuckers. Andrew, cocksucker.
Decided to take the belts from everybody, and you want to talk about
The only title Kenyon Fenix has ever won, by the way.
That's fun.
the only one. And let's talk about how not AWF. Okay, yeah, I've given the belt to people that I may be associates with, but ECF, right?
ECF.
Right before
Don't forget about it. If you don't work for ECF or you're not in Andrew's creation, you ain't ever getting fucking booked well. Andrew takes your people and makes them look like shit because he's biased to himself. He's a terrible booker.
Hey, remember there was that time before he went on hiatus that we all held the belts, and then he took them all away from us.
Took them all away from him. Yeah.
Like he gave it all to us. Was like, all right, the politics, paid
He got-
off, all
he got-
good.
Yeah,
And then he was like, oh, I'm coming back. And by the way, give me the belts because you're not the champs.
awful.
I don't even no one even knows what's going on. I mean, and then you lost in the world title tournament.
I know. Shocker.
Didn't bust out Scoop Slam City.
I should have.
Would have won the belt. Would have won.
Would have won the goddamn title. Just make that my fucking finishing move from now on.
Scoop Slam.
Remember, don't say that because you'll get angry or something.
Yeah, yes. Okay, so let's talk about some other controversies.
I like controversies.
Controversy.
Creates cash.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
one of the big things right now in the CAW world.
Are there any other questions?
Not from the CAW thread.
No? Do you have other ones? Wasn't there a question? I remember there was a question that I either brought up to you or said something about characters. That I was very intrigued about talking about.
I remember you mentioning it.
I'll bring it up, but wait a few minutes. It's a good question. I like that question. I want to answer that question. Not right now. X had other questions.
Oh, this was from Ben Hopkins. Okay, we'll go to that because the fans matter. There was who do you draw inspirations for your character?
Yeah, okay, this was the one. I liked this question. This was on the same level as Andrew's question when we did the CAW-Con.
Yeah.
The too chill for summer CAW-Con. When he asked about how do you pick out your theme songs, and I'm like, oh my god, it's a fucking question for me, about me, not about you. People aren't fucking arrogant or selfish. Or it's not about your this or that or the same 8 questions you always get. I was like, oh my god, look, thoughtful questions. You want somebody to help somebody out? Ask a question like that. How do I draw inspiration? Maybe it'll give you a reason to how you should draw the inspiration. Don't ask us how you are doing. Ask us questions about how to make it better. Telling you how you're doing doesn't us help you. It's just us telling you something. But yeah, this question, I liked this question because I was like, I like shit like this. It's thought provoking. What was the question again?
Oh my god. Dear God, Adam. Who do you draw inspiration?
Oh, that's right. So do you want me to start? Is it everybody, or was it specific, or do you want me to?
It just says for your character.
Just for my character or characters?
My guess is he's referring to your Phoenix character, but I mean that's
okay. Well, then I'll just stick with COH because everything else is. Okay, well, the ECF Kenyon is different from COH's Kenyon.
Yes.
But, I mean, Rave is... I don't know, Rave is just a guy. I don't know.
Just a guy who doesn't know where he's
No,
from.
there's not really much to Rave besides he's the riot maker Rave. It's pretty
The
self-explanatory.
Roit maker.
Shut the fuck up. But yeah, so okay, like I said earlier, I like dark characters. Also, I'm a huge comic book fanatic. Mostly Batman stuff. What's Batman most of the time? Dark. But I've always liked dark characters. Vampiro, Raven, shit like that. Bray Wyatt. These cryptic characters. Undertaker from '97.
Good year.
Like dark brooding characters. Black Rain. Not that one. Not that one. So I was like, okay, so I was really digging the CAW stuff, and I found COH because, I've been watching COH since the first show. I was like, oh, look at all these people. They're doing this stuff. I want to try that. At the time, I found a YouTube channel that uploaded NXT stuff, so I figured out, I found out about Bray Wyatt before NXT became a thing, or before he became a thing. This was like the best Bray Wyatt. This was right after the first attempt with the Eli Cottonwood ship. This was like when he was with the Wyatts, but he was injured. He had his hand injury, but so he played a lot of manager stuff. So I was like, oh, I want to do that. I want to be manager. So I did the Atticus thing, and Atticus is literally it's Bray Wyatt. There's really nothing else. It's Bray. I do storytelling and stuff and everything, but that's just typical. But it's mainly Bray. When I broke the fourth wall, I tried doing a Ms. Devitt thing. And I was like, you know what? This isn't working. It's too bland. There's not enough thought. I was just like, I want to get away from this Atticus thing because of all the shit that happened with it, with the Sunny stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Which just killed me wanting to be that character again. So I was like, I want to get the furthest away from this. What do I like? Well, Miz and Devitt, because I was just getting into him. So I didn't really know much. I was just like, oh, he looks cool. I want to do that. I want to be cool. Didn't work. Sunny feud continued. I was like, okay, how am I going to make this interesting? Ooh, schizophrenia, like Harley Quinn. How's that? You know how that plays into effect.
Mm-hmm.
Harley's my favorite character.
I know.
Honestly. Any kind of supervillain, really. Schizophrenia. Who else had that? Fucking Norman Bates. Psycho. Take inspiration from these collected characters who so happen to have schizophrenia. Atticus shows up from time to time. He breaks the mold. Oh my god, Atticus is back. He's taken over. It adds. It was like, this hasn't been done. I haven't seen this before. I want to do this. This looks like it can go places. Of course, Sunny sabotaged most of it. Sunny bastard. So I finally was able to break that. So I finally finished the Sunny thing, and I do the Kevin thing, and I'm like, okay, now I want to add the face paint. Draw inspiration from Jeff Hardy for that. From Finn Balor from that. Vampiro, Goldust, all these cool people who had face paint. Love face paint. Add something. Makes you stand out. Added the face paint to the attire. Love Alice Wonderland because I love that shit. I like Tim Burton shit, so I wanted all that weird gothic feel to it. So I draw inspiration from that. It's all things I love in life that I just draw inspiration to make the character. So the Kenyon Fenix that you see now is all of that finally placed into one character. So it's all my inspirations from things that I like in life, but it built more and more. You just keep adding to it, keep adding to it, keep adding to it, and eventually you have the full product. That's what Kenyon is. It's a full product. This is the final stage. This is his final form. That's Kenyon Fenix.
Okay.
So inspiration comes from everything I inspire in life. The ECF Kenyon Fenix is a whole different beast. He's an arrogant heel that does the face paint, but he's not schizophrenic. He brings up Atticus, but he's not schizophrenic. He abuses the face paint thing that Balor does more. With the whole, he'll break it out if he needs to break it out. COH Kenyon Fenix will break it out because he wants to break it out. And that one, ECF one, definitely draws way more inspiration from Marty Scurll as being a villain. And Devitt, Bullet Club Devitt. So like leader, supervillain over the topness, but still collected it in his mind. Wasn't the demon yet, you know?
Pre-demon.
Pre-demon Devin. So it's everything I like in life just added to make one final form. Because at first I was just like, I like Bray Wyatt. I like this. I'm going to copy this exact thing. And then you eventually realize you can't just copy a character and make it work. Yeah, great. Granted, you really get it, but I don't get that one. I feel like he is Austin, but he makes it work. But not everybody can make it work, so, or you can't do it forever.
Okay.
So there's that.
Okay, this is not a question we haven't seen before, but you can only give one answer. Who do you think has had the best season? This is specific to COH for the current season so far. So one guy. It's
Brandon
not
Wolf.
Brandon Wolf.
That's it.
Okay. Um, let's ask this. This is interesting because I know I feel like this, and this is not in no way anything towards COH or anything of that sort. But because obviously we're in COH and we,
Am I?
that's you are.
Damn. When did this happen?
It's just yesterday.
Oh wow. I'm on the show already.
So how do you when people ask questions, because you've seen the process for other shows and how people ask questions, and then for the call cons, how what is your take when some people when they consider when they ask call questions it's just COH?
I hate it. I hate it. You can't. You can only ask the same question so many times.
Who's
You
your
have to,
favorite?
you have us out of character, not in character, talking about just us, the person, and all you want to know is about CAW. Is that all your life consists of? People get a goddamn hobby. I know some of you can't because of, some things that are wrong with you. Being afraid of the outside and everything. But Jesus Christ, ask a goddamn question that's not related to yourself or COH.
I
Your life
hate that.
doesn't revolve around yourself or COH. Ask a fucking question that's not about you or COH. Why is it all you care about? I get it. That's where we're in. But, like, Jesus, it's only so many times can you ask the same question. It gets ridiculous.
There's always a lot of people always ask us the same questions, and you know it's a lot of it's COH. I wish some people would ask some other things. Also, it doesn't have to be call. Like to, I know you agree with this. Sometimes the most interesting thing isn't what's about call.
Yes.
Like when I had Ben on, he talked about things that he did in school, which I didn't know, and I found that a lot more interesting than the call
Because
stuff.
it's something you haven't heard. You've heard the same shit about the same 8 people in COH, about the same 5 matches, about the same 8 legends. Don't you just get tired, people, of it? Because if you don't, then you have a serious problem. That means that COH is the only thing that matters to you, and that means you don't go out enough. And if that's the case, God have mercy on your soul.
Mhm.
You ain't going very far enough.
Now,
And like I said, I know some of you can't because of, things, but I'm
yeah,
not allowed to talk about that on this show. That's the
no,
only thing I was given a block on.
no, let's not dive into that.
Okay.
Let's stay out of that pool.
Oh,
I don't want to go in the gene pool of that one, you know what I mean?
Oh no, oh no.
I'm joking. We're good.
All right. I'll ask how it's said, and then I'll add a little bit more so you can talk about more about it. Thoughts on the Patriots run? Actually, this one will just be Patriot. Thoughts on Patriots run in COH.
The whole thing?
I think it's in more like very very shortly his beginning like to now, but I think it's more specifically to as of late since the retard gimmick.
Okay, I look at Patriot the way I look at Triple H. Remember Triple H back in like 98, 99, where he was like a main eventer, but he wasn't the guy.
Mm-hmm.
But he got the belt, but he still really wasn't the guy.
Right.
It took something good, something amazing, and then Triple H fucking became the guy. That's the Patriot, but without that last step, because Steve's too goddamn blinded by himself.
Okay.
Patriot is not the guy, nor will he ever be the guy. He was a guy. He's a name. He's top bill of a COH Hall of Fame, but that has to be on a good gear. He's like he leads the time like when like Bruno and Mick Foley were like the head. Like they deserve to be headlined. But he's the Patriot. It's fine. He's remembered more for his tag teaming thing and his feud with Zayn over the internet title than his world title push. What does that make you think then? If you're more known for your mid-card stuff than your main event run, you're obviously not that big of a deal. You treat yourself like you're a big deal because you think you're a big deal, but obviously criticism doesn't work in your favor, right, Patriot?
What do you think about specifically the since he after the feud with Ray Gaddis, when the Patriot character changed to, I mean, like I said earlier, like, the retard character where he is just
It's
a lot of
it,
people are very
it,
opinionated on it.
it is the most childish, heady, sad excuse of cheap heat. You're on sunny levels at points. You did a whole episode on commentary that I did not watch because it was too overbearing. And you're going to say that that is what I wanted. But you wanted it not for the reason I quit watching. There's no way to say that that's a good thing that I didn't watch it. You can't say that's what I wanted. I wanted people not to watch it. Why? That sabotages Travis over. It's because you're selfish. It's because you can't look in the mirror and say, you know what, I'm wrong. I did lose this one. Patriot isn't a character anymore. It's Steve's jealousy coming out in character form, trying to showcase, trying to understand why. Why is this happening? Even though we've explained it to him twice.
Okay, to just clarify, jealousy of what?
Of the success Ray took from what he thought he had.
Okay.
The success that he's not the shit anymore. The success that he's not being talked about is Ray. It's because Steve has an ego problem.
What?
You know, doing that live video and then bringing up personal things that he brought up to Travis about wanting to be Benoit. And I can say that because he brought it up himself.
He brought it up himself.
Like, how petty can you get that you need sympathy at that point? That you need to be like, hey, I told him I want to Benoit him because I'm so upset with what happened to the Patriot. What? You're just looking for the attention at that point. And guess what? Ray's not a bad guy. Ray's defended you. Ray is not the issue. His fans might be the issue, but guess what? Is it a damn shame that you're not the one that's being talked about? Oh no.
I'll say this though, I don't know about
accuracy. What does that say? That says you're obviously doing something wrong with the Patriot. Maybe it's not the character anymore. Maybe it's you.
I think it's more on him. I wouldn't say that the Ray's fans would be the problem because for the most part they've been pretty reasonable with what they said about it.
It's Ray. It's the fans.
Oh, you're saying that he sees it as their problem. Okay.
Like I said, it's not Ray's fault. It's not the fans' fault. You think it's the fans' fault.
Okay. All right.
Look. You want to do this whole retard thing. You're fighting fire with fire. You don't win.
What was the point where?
And at point, to be honest, it gets it's not even funny anymore. It's just you were trying to legitimately make people probably cry and insult them at that point. You just want Patriot to be talked about. Jesus Christ!
Right now,
you are Donald Trump.
Right now, the Patriot is at a point where it's really bad.
It's time to go.
When was there a point where it was that had he,
as soon as all the Adam Oliver and Will Wild stuff started, I was like, okay, I see what this is going to end up now.
So the writing was on the wall when that stuff happened.
Yeah, because the Ray stuff had happened,
Mm-hmm.
and it had passed at that point, but it had happened. So now you're adding that into this crop as well. The writing was on the wall.
So, you think you? I mean, you just said it there. Do you think it is time for the Patriot to go?
Very much so.
Okay. What about this current angle that he has with the Alex
It's
Enterprise?
stupid. It's stupid. It's jealousy. It's him just wanting to have the title. He just wants to be right. He just wants to be champion. He just wants to reclaim the glory he thinks he had. So what does he do? He pulls Alex into it because Steve and Alex are friends. So Alex isn't going to say no.
Okay. All right. It's gonna be very interesting to see what happens. Cause I mean, according Steve's talked about how like he isn't hearing this, but I mean we've all heard it. There's a lot of people who don't like what he's saying. You know, I'll bring this up. I told you earlier. I spoke with Adam Oliver earlier today,
Yes.
and I asked him what his thoughts were on the Patriot,
Yes.
and he told me how he didn't like the Patriot because it offended him because of his disability, and I asked him if he was in control, what he would do. He said if he was in control, he would give a warning to the Patriot to stop calling people retards, and if he did not comply, he would fire him.
It's fair. When when people are talking to the boss man, like straight up, not even in character, but as people saying, "I'm getting offended by your show. You should never have that happen." If that was in real life, COH would be shut down. Right? You're sabotaging something, and you're sabotaging your friend's work for your own jealousy and your own self-righteous need to be right. Take a loss like you did once before.
Okay. So before we go to some names, right?
Yes.
I wanna bring this up because this is an interesting thing. It's a little bit more positive. This was a fan question sent by Khan.
Yes.
Gotta get Kurt Angle booked.
No, I'm good.
He says that he loves your show.
Oh my god, thank you, man. I like when people give me compliments. I put a lot of work into that show.
He asks, how on earth did you make time for those great intros that you do on your shows?
What intros?
I guess for Nudon, he said he likes the usage of music in your shows and brightens the atmosphere.
Oh well, I mean, the Young Lions Cup intro wasn't me. That was VPAC.
That was VPAC, yeah.
VPAC does all those. They're amazing. I have him working. I have to ask him to start working on the Boney one, which I have a great idea planned for. Music, I just it's whatever I like. I just pop it on as the theme to the show. When it comes to the wrestlers, it depends on how who they are, because there might be a song that I can already attach to them. Um, Besides that, nothing. I don't really do intros.
See, this was weird because I remember when I got the notification for this, I had a different status or whatever that I was following that was more. I think it was when I made the college shoot post about what things I can add to AWF, and so I got confused and I thought it was on that one. And I'm like, oh wow, this guy's like saying how my intros are good. And he's like, oh, Nudon Pro is a must see. On wait a minute,
I don't really do intros. I did that one, like I said, but that was VPAC.
it was VPAC. I don't know. Well, hey, if he means for VPAC, credit to him. He's very good at what he does.
No credit. I take no credit for that. I don't really know how to answer that one.
Okay. What does COH need to do to improve its product and the brand split?
Okay. One, you make everything equal. Equal tag division, equal mid card, equal main event. Get everything equaled. Don't put everybody on the show just to throw them on the show. How do you improve the brand split? Make both shows unique. Make them both different. Make them both feel like I should be watching this over the other one. Both shows right now have stables. What's making them different? Bold, one show has a better mid card, the other show has a better tag division. You're not really making me give a shit enough. Like I said, I looked at the match card for Slam. I don't know when this is going out, but Slam will be out beforehand, but Slam looks like an NXT Live event. None of those matches give me like, yeah, this is what I want. Because it's not evened out, and half these characters haven't been established enough for me to care about them yet.
All right.
I think timing is another big thing. I think there might be too much going on. With the amount of the limited roster, and also, please, no trios titles. You people who voted for that just think it's cool because it's cool. You're not thinking straight. You're not thinking about looking at the roster and realizing, wow, there isn't enough.
There's. Let me ask this because it's kind of tie-in for that. You won decision. Travis comes to you and he says, "Adam, you know what?
Yeah.
One thing.
Yeah.
You say it, it
Yes.
happens. It could be a fire, a hire, a creative decision, anything, whatever. What's the
Yes.
one thing that you think is the absolute must that he must do?"
Let me book the draft.
So you would like to change where people are on the show?
Yes, I want to work on that roster. I want to work on placing people in the right spots. I want to work on placing people in the right positions. I want to even everything else. So both shows have an equal amount of everything that they got, and then work on making sure that those shows have a unique sensibility that makes them different, so that makes people blast. One thing I would definitely do is no more orange because it's an ugly color and it looks horrible. Blue's fine. I like blue. Like green. Green would be pretty cool. Nobody does green.
Don't like the slam orange.
I hate the slime orange. It's not Halloween. Blue is fine. It makes it look like Mega Man. That'd be a pretty cool fucking idea. Do a Mega Man theme thing, Travis. That'd be sick. Like Mega Man.
All right. Oh, here's one before we go.
Yes, go. Where are we going?
Okay, you're gonna like this one. What are your thoughts on Daniel Mars?
I just did that already.
No. Challenging a commentator
Oh,
from
again.
ECF.
Oh my god. How fucking retarded is that? So stupid. You really are trying so hard to put yourself out there and make yourself a name that you have to go up against a commentator. Jesus. I haven't seen a more desperate move in my life than give me a second. I'll figure something out. I got nothing right now, but you're desperate as fuck. You thirsty for the main event like Austin thirsty for women. There we go.
All right. Well, I can't think of a more perfect time than to go into some
Yeah, word association. I like
word association. Here we go. Okay. All right.
Wrestler.
Huh?
Gotta give me a wrestler.
Gotta give you a wrestler. Okay, I'll give you a wrestler. Don't worry, I'll get it for you. Let's do Fisk.
Fisk. So Andrew in general or Fisk?
Either or.
Okay, so let's talk about Fisk. Let's talk about what Fisk is. Let's talk about what he isn't.
Remember, don't go too long.
Okay, it's about what. Okay, like I said, let's talk about what Fisk is, and then what he is he isn't anything. He's trying to be something. There's no identity of Fisk. There are elements about Fisk that are great, but none of it has an identity to it. If he gave himself an identity and took all the great stuff that he has aesthetic wise, he'd be perfect. But that's Andrew for not thinking straight and wanting to be something and not trying to be himself. Like I said, it's what I had problem with Atticus. I wanted to be Bray Wyatt. I wanted to be Miz or Finn Balor. But I wasn't thinking about, can I do that? They can do that because they get to go out there. They get to showcase it. You got to remember, again, you're behind a camera. There's very much limitation. Worry about who you are. Worry about the character and the mythos. And then work towards it. Until then, Fisk isn't really going much place.
Okay. All right. Vinny Spirelli.
Vinny Spirelli. Okay, so it's one of the Steve. It's a Steve character that he isn't trying to shove down people's throats. Well, maybe he is a little bit. That's from the comments.
He's trying to get the character over. So
there we go. I get it, but eventually there's a time and place, and there's a word called spamming. Carroll gets fired. Here's an autograph. Comments in the Shawn's live video. I get it. It's being active, which is great. Which it's kind of a dick move to the other two feds you weren't active for. Sure, but it's a character. It's fine. I can
Okay.
never see it as anything more than a mid-carder, though. It's too gimmicky.
All right. Ryan Carroll, who just returned, by the way.
He's got potential if he just works towards it.
What do you think? What do you think about the lack of response?
Well, nothing really happened. I get it. Yeah, he came out, he attacked, but
So you think it's just waiting for the next thing to happen?
you gotta give time for this to develop, people. It's gonna be great.
Oh, I know. I definitely know firsthand. It is
I'm
going to be great.
It's gonna be a slow start for him, but if he keeps the momentum up and works towards what he knows he's good with, he can be something.
If you guys out there are a big fan of me, some of these slams are going to be tough to watch.
Yeah.
In a good way though. Good way though. Ultimate Nitro.
Nitro.
I know you're a fan of him.
Big fan of Nitro. Big fan. Big future planned for you, Nitro. He's great. He's so close to being the guy. It's hard, but it's great, and it's a great progression of a great character that needs this kind of a build. It's amazing. It's like a slow Shawn Michaels in the making.
Okay.
Yeah.
Johnny Thunder.
Johnny Thunder. Oh, the gimmick is running its course. It's getting, again, it's like Patriot, but
Lesser scale.
there's so much that you can do with a nonsense gimmick to the point where people start thinking, okay, I get what your promo's going to be. You're going to forget what it's called. You're going to say the wrong thing. You're going to say you're not yourself, and then you're going to talk about who you're going to beat up. And it gets tiring, and it gets redundant, and it gets repetitive, and I think it's dead. I think that Rockstone feud killed it. Like, after it was done, like, the feud was fine, but afterwards it's like, all right, gonna do the same thing again with somebody else? You're doing it with Levi and Zayn? That's the feud I want to see. Johnny's got so much character and charisma in him that he can revent that character and make it fucking gangbusters. But you got to start working towards making something different out of it. Like I said, I think a vaudevillain gimmick for Johnny would be phenomenal.
That'd be great. Kevin Cross.
I love Kevin Cross so much. He's so good. He's so underrated.
The Cesaro COH.
The Cesaro COH. The Chris Jericho COH.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
He's Kevin. If it wasn't for whatever happens outside of COH that causes him to not be so active, I don't know what it is, but I really hope Travis can fix it. There's so much good in that character. There's so much good in that man. It hasn't hatched yet, but when it hatches, it's going to be great.
Okay, Cape Fear.
Cape Fear?
Yeah.
A whole thing?
I guess so. I mean, they're scary. They got scary noises.
You see, it's a Bray Wyatt gimmick that works because it's not somebody doing it. It's an original character that Andrew created that has the implications of the Bray Wyatt character, so it works. Them as a tag champions, or like because they got the match coming up. It should be Edge and Jay in that match, not them. I get it, it's a blood feud, so it's a blow-off, but I think it defeats the integral part of CAW All Stars being a brand versus brand thing and not an exclusive thing. And I like I said, I just don't understand why. I think the two people in it are the wrong two people, if anything, for the tag belts. Because they should be the main event scene. Enigma and the Rhino guy, they should be the tag team. Besides that, it's a good gimmick that has a lot of legs in it. Hopefully Andrew doesn't drop the ball.
Hopefully. What about Will Wild?
So wild.
This is someone different.
Somebody different. Oh, wild. Whoop whoop.
Woo woo. He told me that he doesn't like the woo woo anymore.
Doesn't like the woo woo anymore.
He said he thinks it's getting boring.
He likes the Enzo though.
Oh,
You'll see soon, everybody. You'll see.
it's gonna be great.
I got nothing else. Will Wild's a person.
He is a person. Yes, he is.
If he disappeared, I'm not gonna care.
Wow, it would disappear in Will Wild.
It's a nice trivia question on Jeopardy though.
Dear Lord.
Goes for a lot of the COH people that are in that bucket. Your Adam Olivers, your Prince and Tosis.
What about Ahmed Johnson?
Oh, fuck.
Ahmed Johnson.
I love Ahmed Johnson. Oh, man. Oh, shit, man. He was good. He had a great theme. His power bomb was sick. He looked good, too. He did some things that he shouldn't have done, and that's why he doesn't wrestle as much as he should have. And, there was things holding him back, and he had a bad personality backstage. But damn, he was good. Oh, especially, what was the game that he talked and you couldn't understand a fucking word he said? Something about milkshakes.
Like Warzone or something.
Oh, my God. That's why, man. Man, it's great. Oh, man, Johnson. That's a real nigga.
Oh, my. What about Sonny's dad?
Sonny's dad. Halle, Sonny, goddammit. Halle, Sonny, you fuck up again. Look what you did, Sonny. Look what you did. You come home with the fake title belt. You should be playing the basketball, but you're too fat to be playing it. Your mother wears the vehale over her face because she's not because of religion. It's because she's ashamed of herself because of you. Go ahead.
Nikki Bella?
Nikki Bella. Oh, you're just doing all the impressions. God damn it, John, put a baby in. It's my favorite of the voices. You people don't understand. These are all inside. It's my favorite of the voices.
What about Bree? Do Bree.
Damn it, Nikki, John, don't give me a baby. What should I do? It's all right, Nikki. I don't know how Daniel wants to be me a baby, though, but I think we can try it out. Can I have it? No.
Oh, my God.
Nikki's my favorite. It's so good. So good. I love my Nikki Bella. Makes no sense, but it's amazing. Oh my God.
Oh, dear Lord. Well, last, but certainly not least.
Not least.
Not least.
Not least.
The Goonie.
Push it to the limit. The Goonie. Walk around. Okay, so the Goonie is the face that runs the place.
Face to runs the place.
He is.
He's on the Mount Rushmore, right?
He's George Washington.
He's George. Okay.
On that Mount Rushmore. It's him and it's Steve and Travis and Alex.
Really?
Yeah. That's Mount Rushmore. Yeah, I give Steve a lot of shit, but he deserves it. For accuracy, mainly. Oh, man, Goonie. He's such a... Oh, man, that guy. Nicest fucking guy. Oh, man, everybody says the same thing. He's the nicest.
Hey, if you're ever down in your life, go read Gooni's Facebook status for the day.
Biggest Shane McMahon mark I've ever seen in my life. It's amazing. I love it, though. Shane McMahon's fucking... He's a real nigga.
Oh, my. Man. All right, well... I'm already starting to lose some of the sponsors, but...
Oh, man. Now, remember, sponsor, people, please, in the comments. French Fry Jenga. Would you buy it? Because I would. I want to make it. Freezers in toy stores, right? Full of the food-branded products. You could only buy those, though. It's the only ones that work for the French Fry Jengas. They have the French Fry Jenga crested on it. It's fine. You could do it if you could. Hey, look, if you could put pet food in freezers in, like, Walmart, why can't you put toys? It's fine. I don't see what's wrong with it. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong, because I don't think I'm wrong.
Oh, please tell him.
Shoots and ladders with mashed potatoes and gravy. It's amazing. It's brilliant.
Dear God.
Somebody tell me I'm wrong, because I'm not.
Well, thank you for being on the show.
I love it. Man, was it controversial enough?
I think so.
I hope it was.
I hope it was not too chill.
Also, people remember AIDS. It's worth it.
Now you'll,
Smoke crack, because who doesn't like crack?
I mean, you'll have Adam over here. After this, we'll have to, keep looking for Tyler Breeze, and
I don't get it.
you have to look for the figure.
Fuck that goddamn Walmart. I hate Walmarts. Man, I just want my Tyler Breeze figure, and they just don't want me to have it, and I hate it. That's all I want. That's all I want is my Tyler Breeze.
One day.
One day. I hate it. I'm tired of it.
Well, when that day comes, it'll be glorious.
I'll
But
be back on it to let everybody know I got it.
thank you for being on the show. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Oh my god.
Have a fantastic night.
Or not.
Or not.
I don't care.